dreamt, right? Yeah? Doesn't matter.
I can be your melody, a girl that can write you a symphony, the one that can fill your fantasies. So come, baby girl, listen to me. Na 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 na, every day's like my iPod stuck on replay.
This week's theme is strangest dream you've ever had. So I have these two dreams I can't decide between telling, so I'm just gonna tell them both. My first dream is that I got cast as Clara in Light the Piazza, which I would love, by the way, if that actually happened. And I went to rehearsal, and I was at rehearsal, and I'm, like, rehearsing and whatnot, and I'm doing my thing, and there are, like, all of a sudden, I noticed that there are, like, these snakes on the stage, and it's not even just, like, one snake, there's, like, snakes, like, just, like, all over the stage, just, like, slithering around and chilling and doing their little snake thing, and I'm like, how are we supposed to rehearse with all of these snakes on the stage? You can't rehearse with snakes on the stage, and so I'm like, director person, there are snakes on the stage, how am I supposed to be rehearsing with all of these snakes on the stage? And they're like, oh, it's fine, it's cool, I know, just work around it, it doesn't matter. And I'm like, and like all the other actors didn't care either. They're like, oh no, just rehearse around it, it's fine. And I'm like, what is going on? How can we rehearse when there are snakes on the stage? But then I googled it later and I found out that snakes in dreams represent that you really want something, like something you really, really want. And so I really, really want to be Clara and like Piazza, so I guess it makes sense. Then my second dream is that I was hanging out in my room with my friends, chilling, doing whatever, and my mom is complaining, and she's like, I hate this house, I want to move, blah, 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 whatever. So my dad gets, like, really frustrated. So then my dad comes in my room, and he's like, is there anything that you wouldn't want to lose if something were to happen? And I'm like, yeah, there are a lot of things that I wouldn't want to lose. What does that mean? And he's like, okay, well, you should probably get them together. And I'm like, okay. So I get, like, my laptop and my iPod and my, all my stuff, and then my friend's like, what is that about? I'm like, I don't know, that's weird. And then he comes, and then we're hanging out, and I'm like, do you smell smoke? And she's like, yeah, I do smell smoke. And I'm like, why do we smell smoke? And then, my dad comes in the room again, and he goes, yeah, we should probably leave now. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? And it turns out in my dream that because my mom said she didn't like the house, my dad set it on fire. So I have no idea what that represents, but apparently my dad is going to set the house on fire. Foreshadow. So I get my stuff and I get the dog, and there are two cats, and I'm like, which one is Jazz and which one is just a random cat? Like, I don't care, I'll save them both, but I would kind of like to know which cat is actually my cat, because they look the exact same. And my mom is like, there's an imposter cat in the house, and it's trying to steal Jazz's identity. I'm like, Mom, it's a cat. I really don't think that the cat is trying to steal Jazz's identity. So I'm just gonna say both of them. And she's like, but how are we ever gonna know? My cat Jazz has a little white spot, like right here. So I just looked for the white spot. And that's how I knew it was Jazz. And I really don't know what that dream had. I just made my dad sound so creepy. He's not. He's really nice. He's a really nice guy. He would never set a house on fire. I made my mom sound like a complainer, my dad sound like a psycho. It was just a dream, and parents aren't actually insane. Okay, so hope you found my dreams to be amusing, because I sure did. Bye, guys.